Hi, this is Iris, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do this very simple twisted spiral look. I'm going to go into details about the tools that you need, as well as how you can achieve this look step by step. So stay tuned. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a comb or a brush to detangle your hair as you go. You're going to need either a hair tie or hair clips, anything that you can use to divide your hair into sections. You're going to need a spiral curler, preferably a small, thin one. This one is a Conair Instant Heat Spiral Curler, and I have had this curler for a few years. I don't know if they still sell it, but I went online to see if there are any other products similar to this one, and there are. There are a lot of products very similar to this one. So any spiral curler will work. I do mention in my video during the instructions that you can use a thin curling iron to substitute, but you won't get the exact same effects. It's a little bit more difficult to get the exact same effects because what this curling iron has, that the regular curling iron doesn't, is it has the grooves that you can follow, and therefore it gives you a place to put your hair in and you get a really perfect spiral, as opposed to doing it on your curling iron. You have to be really precise and make sure that you do get an exact curl when you put your hair around the curling iron. So that's pretty much the only difference. If you have really good control with your curling iron, you can go ahead and use a regular one. I prefer this one. It's just easier to use, and I get a good spiral effect. The other thing you're going to need is just some hairspray or spray mousse or anything to put your hair or set your hair in place and to remove any frizz. And finally, you have the option to use hair accessories like hair clips, bobby pins, flowers, and stuff like that. So if you want to style your hair as opposed to leaving it down like this, do whatever you want with it. Okay, so let's get started. What I've done so far is I've put half of my hair up. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that because I'm sure you know how to put half of your hair up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take small sections of my hair and I'm going to make sure that it's untangled. Now you can choose to put mousse in your hair before you start curling your hair if you think it's going to hold your hair better, or just a little bit of hairspray before you start. I'm not using anything, but you know, that's because my hair holds the curl really well, but everybody's hair is different, so whatever works for you, go ahead and try it. I'm taking about ½ inch strands, and you can choose to do thicker twist curls or you can do thinner ones. It's up to you, but I'm going to show you guys the way that I do it and the size of curl that I do. So all I'm doing right now is just twisting my hair into little twists like that, and nothing special, just a simple twist. I don't want to tighten it too tight because then you're going to get super extra tight curls. That's too much. I'm just doing a light twist, and I'm twisting all the way to the end. So once I get to the end, then I take my curling iron, the spiral curling iron, and at the very end I put the tip right at the end so that there's not very much hair sticking out at the end. So, and then I just twist. Hold it for a few seconds, just like you do regularly, until you think that it's going to hold the curl. And then you slowly release it. And then you get this kind of little tiny spiral curl. Now if you want a bigger curl, then obviously you take a little bit more hair. I'm going to take, let's see, let's make this a really big curl. This is about maybe 1.5 inches of hair. So now I'm just simply going to twist it Again, not a major twist, just twist the hair very lightly, and then put the end right at the bottom of the spiral curler and just follow the groove. Right in there, and just hold it for a few minutes. So if you're using a bigger chunk of hair, obviously you're going to have to hold the curler in place a little bit longer so that the heat penetrates the hair and so that the curl sets in. So make sure you never tug or pull on the spiral when you're releasing it. And this will give you a little bit bigger spirals. Now, I'm going to go a little bit bigger than that. I'm just going to twist it just like I did with the other pieces. Follow the groove of the spiral curling iron and hold it a little bit longer because it's a thicker piece of hair, so hold it a little bit long. I feel like I should let go already because it's so much heat that's going through my hair, but I'm going to wait a little bit. And then release it very slowly. This one's actually a little bit thicker. So that's cute. Now I know one of the questions that are going to come up are, can I do this with a regular curling iron? Does it have to be a spiral curling iron? Yeah, you can do it with the regular curling iron, but just make sure it's a really small one. I want to say, what is this, maybe like an inch? Or, yeah, I think like an inch. I don't know. I'm pretty sure somebody can post a comment or I can put a little note in there afterwards. Make sure it's a small one. This spiral one is just easier to use because it has the groove that I can follow, and it just kind of sets the spiral in place. Meanwhile, don't pull on the other ones, don't tug on the other ones, let them completely cool off. This is an example of what happens when you twist it too much. If there's too much twisting involved, it doesn't spiral as much. So I think I twisted it a little bit too tight, so I'm just going to start over again. Just very loosely twist it.